Imagine being able to build an app with
Thank you so
just by
much for
thinking
being
about it.
here. I appreciate you all being here. We're going to get started in just a second. Thank you for joining. We are doing all things going live, friends. Hello, hello. We're going to get started in just a minute. Setting up my screens, getting everything up and running. How are you all? Thank you for joining the live. Appreciate everybody coming through. We're going to talk all things going live. Let me know where you're from. Let's put that in the chat. Let me know where you're from and let me know if you go live, okay? That is the question of the day. Want to know if you go live and where you're from, okay? Hello, Michelle. Happy Friday. How's everything going? Oh, I look great. Thank you. Thank you. The camera is being very nice this morning. That's what's happening. It is being very nice. I appreciate you though. Yeah, I got a chance to get a couple things done this morning before I went live, which was good. My to-do list, some laundry, stuff like that. I was trying to make sure I had stuff covered because you know how stuff piles up throughout the week, and I'm like, okay, now it's time to put it in. Make sure I have that done so when I get off my live, I can be throwing in the dryer, taking stuff out, folding. Yeah, so I could do that type of stuff. I think I got one meeting though. Let me check. I think I am a little busy. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, yes. It's starting to get in front of me and away from me, and I need to reel it in. So it's not too bad. Um, how's everything going your way? Your son's back at school, so you are kind of an empty nester, aren't you? For the moment, I know you have the baby. You have the one kiddo, but but yeah, for me, do laundry early in the week, and my daughter looks at me for having a preset alarm for laundry too. Well, you know what? I think I'm at that stage of my life where I need to have a preset alarm because it's getting pretty bad the way it'll pile up all of a sudden. And then obviously I have the little guy, so I have to make sure his stuff is good, his clothes are done, and then I can do my stuff. And my husband's stuff I do like the towels and the bedding and stuff like that. So he's actually home on the weekends. Okay. Oh, okay. So you know, okay, he's home. um, yeah, I think I'm gonna get down to see my daughter. Probably not this weekend, but the next weekend. Yeah, so I didn't, her birthday was last weekend, so I said I was going to connect with her in the month of September. So we'll probably do something in the next few weeks. The daughter lives here, but she has 3 jobs, so I never see her. Oh, wow. Wow, that's good. She is a go getter. Oh my gosh. She has a strong work ethic. That's beautiful. You know, kids nowadays, not so much. Yeah, fun. Yeah, kids nowadays, not so much. The work ethic, I don't know what's going on. My daughter, she is looking to actually start a job. Now that I think about it, it'll be her first job. Now that she's in college, she's waiting for them to actually put her on the schedule. But in the meantime, she does 2 volunteer opportunities. One's more like a research experience, so she's working in a lab on the campus, but it's unpaid, so it's for the experience. And then she works at the hospital as a volunteer, so she's productive. Don't get me wrong, and this is all to help build her med school resume and application. She's working on starting her own business. She swears she gets it from me. I have an allergy to being broke. I heard that. I heard that, friend. Me and you both. So yeah, I got like multiple streams of income. So I was like, okay, let me just make sure everything is good. My husband, we've been pretty fortunate lately. We've been able to pay off some bigger expenses. So really a lot of what I do now just goes to like smaller bills, cell phone, internet, that type of stuff. And then I'm able to stash away into savings, which is, knock on wood, good. My son is now in school, not daycare expenses, so that's good. We've kind of saved on that. So now everything is just like the main priorities, you know, the lights, the mortgage, that type of stuff. Cars are paid off, that type of stuff we don't have. So we're in a good position for this season. You know, things can go up and down. So for this season, we're in a good place right now. So yeah, I'm gonna get going. I'll see how long. I know I got you for a half an hour. I'll see how long I go live. It depends on the questions, depends on the direction of the conversation and stuff. But I'll be on for a little bit, helping folks, keeping folks motivated and recruiting a little bit. So we'll see how this goes, and then we have the opportunity to do some other activities this evening. I made my need for daycare earn me money. Oh, and now it seems everything hobby has to be income generating. Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. I totally agree with that. You gotta make sure that you are curating, not consuming. That's what I tell people. You want to be a curator. You're creating and generating as opposed to consuming, just consuming information. So that's where I'm at in my life too. It's exactly where I'm at. So we'll see how this season goes. Um, in the meantime, I am going to get started. Uh, YouTube usually pushes people over. I gotta think about. Let me see. I gotta think about setting up my other channel. My other channel will run at the same time, and I logged out one time. My computer shut down on me, logged me out. I had to re-log into things, so that one didn't log in correctly. So I got to figure out what's going on. I learned how to that red is not as good not as good as black. Financial reference. Yes, yes. You always want to be in the black. Be in the black. I love it. Yes. So what I would do was have two channels running my stream. One channel is running my stream, not the two. And I think what it appears to be is that it's like two people looking at the channel, and I think that's helped with things being a little bit more productive. I would follow. Well, like was the main thing I did. I wasn't sharing it, but I would like. I should share it. I didn't share as much. Because these channels don't have followers. That's why I was like, okay, they don't have too many followers. So I was doing that, and I only have one operating in that way, not the two. So I need to do better. I need to go back to my methodology at first where I had the two. And so I saw things operating a little faster with YouTube when I was set it up that way. So like lately, since I haven't had it set up that way, it takes longer for them to push people in my room. There's a lag. I'm noticing that. That's something I'm clearly noticing. So like right now, we usually would have had people in by now to say good morning to and all the things. It hasn't happened. So it's definitely a delay, but it's interesting. It's odd that YT hasn't pushed you out today. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. So I wonder what's happened. But I noticed it's been lagging lately. There's been like a delayed reaction. So to the point where I think there was a couple times where I just went ahead and went on to TikTok just to make sure I was over there so I can get things running. So yeah, we're at 8.5 minutes of the stream, and it hasn't been pushed out yet. So it may not get pushed out. Maybe it's a me issue, and YouTube's like, no, we're pausing on you for a while. So I'm not sure, but I'm gonna go over onto my TikTok side, and make sure I get started over there so I can get going. So I can get going. What is this? TikTok has some other features going on. Well, I'm here still. Let's go. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Love it. Love it. So, hmm. TikTok just added another little feature box. I like it, huh? I'm gonna have to screenshot some of this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna screenshot some things I'm seeing on TikTok side. They have some new features for folks to to access. It's going to take me a second because I want to show it. What I've been doing is I'll screenshot stuff and I'll put it in my group chat for my community so they can see stuff. And it's a great conversation starter as well for folks who are new. Yeah, they've added some interesting features. Interesting. Yeah, give me 1 second. Let's see. I'm almost done. Did I do post? I did post. Start comment. Huh. There's some things I didn't know. That's a good one. And then effects. Background and effects. Give me 1 second. I'm still setting up my screen. Hello, friend who is here. Thank you for joining the live. Let me know if you have any questions. I just did, okay, interesting. Campaigns, okay. What's the name of my live stream? They changed the whole layout. The way your live starts. At least the way mine is starting. I am gonna go live. Okay. Hello, friend. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you being here. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure you like the live and share the live out as well. I don't know how to turn off that wish box thing anymore. It pops up for me every time I go live. So I'm not sure why that happens. Hello. Yeah, we have a friend that's in the room. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you joining. And let me know if you have any questions. We'll get started. I'm sitting up here setting up my screen now. I appreciate you joining. As we are talking to the community, and we're talking about all things going live. So let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, we are, this is a live stream for people who are interested in going live. So we're talking about all things going live, friends. Okay, and then hold on, I'm setting up my screen. That's the thing about TikTok. You get in your live, you gotta wait until you send out all messages. How you doing, Coach Rhonda? Hello, friend. How's everything going? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate you too as well. Coach Rhonda, I was looking at, I was screenshotting some stuff because I saw where TikTok has my screen looked different when I came on. I don't know if you've gone live yet, but now there's like, it's just a different layout. It's not your usual set up the title and all that stuff. It's slightly different. So I was kind of sitting there paying attention to it and going through it as I took some screenshots because I always like to have information I'm sharing with you all. Hello, Holly. How are you, friend? Come on in. How's everything going? Thank you for joining live. Kim, thank you for joining the live. Pure Intentions flying in with that level 28. Thank you so much for being here, friend. How's everything going? How's your live journey? I got a sneak peek. I didn't get a chance because I was in the streets yesterday. You guys saw where I was sharing out a lot of your lives because I was doing the promote coupons and helping people with their live stream. You said you didn't notice. No, it happened today. This is, yeah, so I went live twice yesterday. It wasn't that way. So it was as of this morning for me. But yeah, the layout's a little different. Hello, pals. How are you, pals? Were you on the YT too? Let me know if you were over there. Pure Pure Intentions, how's everything going with your life journey, friend? It seems like things are moving steady. I love what I'm seeing. Let me know if you are okay with it. It seems like there's progress being made, friend. Hello, pals, you are in both places. Hey, friend. Hey, pals. I don't know which place I should look at. Should I look at the YT or the or TikTok? But I was on late yesterday with late for me. That is. Um, with I Am Yolanda, Yolanda Marie. Hello, Holly, thank you for that daily heart me. Appreciate you, friend. She was, and thank you for the follow as well. I see that. Uh, uh, Thanks, yes, moving steady. There we go. I tell you guys, practice makes progress. Sandy, San Antonio, Texas. Welcome to the room. I'm in Orlando, Florida. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you joining the room. We're going to talk all things going live. I am a creator network agency, so I do recruit, so you're welcome to join. Let me know if you have questions, and no, there is not a cost. So that's where the questions go. Yes, you realize you are pals. She is pals. Let's pals. Pals changed your name on the YT. I sound like I'm talking to two different screens because I literally am. I'm talking to my YT screen and I'm talking to the YouTube folk. I mean the TikTok folks here too. But thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. So pals, back to you. I was on with I didn't get the flash code yet. No, not yet. I was on yesterday and with I Am Yolanda, and she was doing live studio. If you go back through the thread, you'll see where I shared it last night. She was like the last video I shared last night. But essentially, she was doing live studio and she had the same audio issue. Did you get your audio issue resolved? It was the same exact issue she was trying to problem solve. And it was when I came up, I requested to come up to see if it was going to do the same thing that it did to you. And she could not, when I left, she couldn't get it to work. But she was dealing with it. I haven't tried it after that. I fell out. Okay, so maybe you guys can partner together since you're both trying it out. Flo, how you doing? Flo's fruitful. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, I will. Okay, perfect. She was trying to troubleshoot it, but she was going through Live Studio too. I'm tempted, you all. I'm intrigued by Live Studio, but I gotta find time to kind of dive into it and learn it. I think that's how I feel. Um, I have I have been forgotten about my YT screen, and I do have viewers that pop in. Yeah. So I co-stream. Let me just show you what I do real quick. I'm gonna flip my camera so you can see it. So yeah, this is my tablet. It's on a little stand. You can see the little stand it's on right there. It's on a little stand, and this is my tablet, and it sits right at me. But my screen here, my holder for my phone, it's not super tall. So eye contact on my YT, I have to kind of look up and look down, but I'm mainly looking at my TikTok. But yeah, that's an iPad. That's an iPad that I have there. Yeah, that's an iPad. It's an iPad, whatever, one of the newer generations, like the 11 or something like that. And I don't use it for my TikTok because I would, but because I like the bigger screen, I would absolutely use it. However, the iPad camera is off to the side. So when I was doing my TikTok, it always looked like I was looking off centered. Like people look like they said I didn't look like I was looking at you. For YouTube, it doesn't actually have that same impact. Tell me, my friends on YouTube, do you guys feel like I'm off centered? I could see it a little bit, but it doesn't look as bad. But for TikTok, it was weird. It was definitely weird on the TikTok screen. So I had to make the decision to go with the phone for TikTok, tablet for YouTube. I'm intrigued about the computer, the laptop, because I do have a laptop and a nice webcam. So I am intrigued about trying Live Studio. I just haven't done it yet. And do you stay here on YT our entire stream? You're talking to Pals, yeah. Um, YT is YouTube. Yes, it is. Holly. You're like, you saying YT? What is the YT? Yes, it is YouTube. TikTok gets jealous, y'all. I try not to say the other names too much just not to get TikTok all in a tizzy about what I'm saying. So I use the initials quite a bit. Hi Trisha T, I saw you come in. Flourish, I see you as well. Cultural Designs. So I use initials. That's just you'll notice people use that in certain situations and how they're talking about their content. You want to have on your content disclosure if you know you're going to say stuff quite a bit that may be branded or something specific to your business. But with the social media, I try to say the initials here and there. Hello, good morning, Trisha. So Dr. Lisa just found out how small TikTok is. And this agent, Sequetta, lives literally down the street. Does she really? Oh, that's funny. Who knew? Where are you at? Say it again. Are you Virginia? Quetta's Virginia, isn't she? You both Virginia, aren't you? I think you both are Virginia. I knew that. I think I knew that. Keep wondering if people are using multiple devices when they do lives on TikTok. That is, I do have my other phone over here. I haven't set it up, but yes, people do use multiple devices sometimes to engage. To yes, it's not a bad idea to have another device going. Okay, that may be some of my issues. I may need to switch to my phone. Oh, you've been using your tablet. Yeah, maybe. The tablet for me, I like it and I really wanted it to work, but no. He says small world. Good morning. How you doing, Nika Grace? Yes, next town over. My mother-in-law lives there. Really? We are both in Virginia. Nice. Who knew? Yes. You might be able to do visits to her garden. Be like, look here, girl. Here's what you're doing wrong. Here's how you need to improve this garden. Because she says she has the little struggle garden. I'm not putting shade on Quetta. Quetta tells that's Quetta's words, not my words. Those are Quetta's words. You said on her live. Yes, you do a pop up on her. Like, hey girl, I'm in your garden. I love it. I love it. This is a small world. It really is. Hello, Janine. How are you, friend? Hello, Coach Jesse. Good morning. Happy, fun, and fantastic Friday, y'all. Love it. Come on in, everybody. I appreciate everybody coming in. Let's tap the live, share the live out. Let's see some of those sub stickers. She was live and I recognized the background and asked, really? Wow, that's, you know what? I can see her, Miss Treetop now. She's in her car doing her live. So I didn't get a chance to pop in on her live this morning because I came over. And why is she in the car? Is that the internet issues or she doing a road show? She heading somewhere? I don't know. Anybody know why she's in the car? Naya, how are you, friend? Um, so she's doing something a little different. Yeah, the garden doesn't have anything. Yeah, the garden doesn't have anything. Oh, the internet, you mean? I know she was struggling with her Wi-Fi and connectivity earlier in the week. Oh, getting more seeds. Okay, see, y'all been to the room. Look at her. She traveling to go get seeds. Okay, so she's doing a road trip. Okay, I love it. I love it. She's like, come travel with me while I go pick up more seeds for the garden. I love it. That's awesome, y'all. That's the thing about it. You can make your live. I say you can make your live anywhere. How you doing, Naya? You can make it anywhere. Daily check-in. Love it, love it. However, you just gotta be careful with TikTok. Now she's in her car, which is great. TikTok's funny about brand names and what people are wearing and all the different things that are uncontrollable. So you got to be careful about where you go. If you go to like majors, like I think somebody asked about a sporting event and filming in person and stuff. And so just be careful about the brand names and stuff like that. I would caution it a little bit because TikTok can be funny about what's on the screen. And so just, but people do it and it's fine. So just be careful so you don't get a violation or anything or get your live restricted. Okay, TikTok filtered a comment. I see a comment that got filtered. If you want to reword it, anything I missed, thank you for sharing out the live. Coach Jesse, I see you, friend. Thank you so much. Um, and so just rewrite your comment and let me know if you have any questions. We're going to make this live. We'll talk about a couple of things. I just want to make sure you guys are getting current information. I was sharing when I first went live today, TikTok, and I don't know if anybody else has gone live. Flourish, did you see this? When I came live, there was a couple different screens. How you doing, Mimi? Coming in. Thank you so much, everybody. There was a couple different screens that was showing about how the orientation of my live screen, my setup screen was different. I'll say that. So I don't know if anybody else saw that, but my screen was a little different. So it seems like TikTok is making some changes here. We know that when you're live, you now can see who else is live at the top banner if you slide it down. So as a viewer, you could do that. So it seems like TikTok is making some other little changes as well for the screens and how things are showing up. I want to ask, can I write on whiteboard during my live? Yeah. Why wouldn't you be able to? What do you mean, on the whiteboard in the live in the features here? You should. Are you talking about the? Yeah, I think you're talking about the whiteboard here. Where is that? There's a playbook. There is a whiteboard feature. I don't know where it's at though. But you should be able to do it. Are you saying your personal whiteboard in the background? Let me know if that's what you meant. Like if you had a whiteboard, you should be able to write on it. Yeah, I've seen people do it. Just be careful about what you're writing. Make sure you have your content disclosure on too. What is the purpose of puzzles doing live? The puzzle, I've heard a couple different things. I heard that if the chat is not as active as it should be, and things are not moving enough in the live, TikTok uses that as a way to make sure you're there, to make sure the live is activated. So you do a puzzle piece. I've heard when you're not touching the screen, or you as a live host, you're not being as interactive with the screen, TikTok puts it on. I'm not sure. I think it's random. I really don't feel like there's a rhyme or reason, because I've been in the room where shares are happening, people are liking. Coach Jesse, thank you for the gift. People are gifted. All those things are happening. However, TikTok still gives you the puzzle piece. So it's really random, in my opinion. But it's supposedly inactivity that's happening in your life. I saw that yesterday. Who was currently live from my community? Yeah, you saw the puzzle piece for you. Did you receive it, or are you saying someone else received it and they mentioned it? I get it all the time. So when I get it, I always try to say I got it. I just got the flash code. TikTok gave me the heart me, y'all. TikTok said 13 heart me's, but it's okay, y'all. Thank you so much for all the support. I see people writing on boards doing lives as well, but it was about TikTok. Okay. Yeah, be careful about writing about TikTok on your live. Don't write the word TikTok. Don't write it. Try to avoid that. I would definitely avoid that word. I think I would avoid the word link. I probably would abbreviate the other social media too. So be careful about what you write. Yeah, TikTok is funny about writing about TikTok. So just keep that in mind. Pop-up messages who's currently live. You're talking about it here in the chat. Yeah, TikTok. I said this. Who was I talking to yesterday? Janine. I think I was talking to you because I was out and about quite a bit yesterday. So I have multiple conversations. But Janine, I think it was your live. TikTok gives you an indication of who might be viewing your live before they come in. So, for example, Bloom just flew into my live. There's a message that says to invite Bloom. Bloom was watching, and TikTok knew she was about to come in, and then she came into the live. Okay? So, and then before Bloom, An Aroma Affair, that person was watching. I don't know if they're still out there watching. But TikTok gives you this little indication to let you know people are watching the live. And some people are just watching because maybe they're looking to decide if they're going to come in or not, or maybe they're swiping past and TikTok picks that up that they're out there watching. Not all the time. It's not 100% of the time, but you'll get those little messages. Thank you so much for the gifts. I see you all. Thank you for the daily heart. Me, Luna, I saw you come in as well. Appreciate you. Micah, see Micah's out there looking. And then TikTok will let you know when people are going live as co-hosts. And if they're a friend of yours, you'll get a co-host message. So I just got a co-host message for Pals. I guess Pals started her live stream. So again, you get little messages here that gives you an indication. So oftentimes, not all the time, it's not 100% foolproof, but sometimes when TikTok is sending you messages of people who you can invite them, meaning that they're in the app. And oftentimes the ones that are guests laugh out loud. Did you go live? You went live, didn't you, friend? You went live. I was like, still with you though. Okay. She's on my YT and she must be on the TikTok live side. So yes. But yeah, so TikTok gives you indications. So that's what's happening. And you always want to let people know they're welcome to come in because they're looking at you, they're seeing you, they're trying to figure out what they want to do. But you want to let them know that they're welcome to come in. Carlene, thank you so much for joining. And sometimes they come in, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they're just literally swiping by. Sometimes that indication is that they are literally in the app because I got a guest request from somebody. I guess I must have popped up on their screen as someone to invite as a guest. But I was literally in someone's live. I was like, why did that pop up? I was like, interesting. They must know I'm in the app. But I was in somebody's live. I was actually in somebody's live. I think I was in Yolanda's live. I was her guest at the time. So I was like, why would they invite me as a guest? And it must be that I must have popped up on their screen. But I was on someone else's live. So just know that it's not necessarily everyone is out listening, but that could be an indicator. Okay, so Paul, Natty Nat just came in, so it says invite Natty Nat as a guest. It popped up on my screen. So yes, hi Natty, thank you so much for being here, friend, and um, thank you. Good afternoon, all. Appreciate you. How you doing, Carlene? Appreciate your friend. Are we scheduled for battles tonight? Yes. What's happening, Coach Jesse? Are you in the room? You mentioned yesterday that you were going to look at the battle schedule and kind of see what's going on. Who is battling? Do you know? Do you want to come up? Let me know if you have any updates. Um, I briefly looked. I'm good. Appreciate you, friend. Um, and then I know Cassandra and Coach Chantel, they're doing a roses battle, a one-on-one tonight. I don't remember the time. I should have looked at the post, but I don't remember the time. I think they're doing theirs. I don't know. I would be guessing. I'm assuming 8 o'clock, but I'm not sure if that's true. I'm also planning a one-on-one. Oh, Coach Rhonda, you're planning a one-on-one? Okay, that's right. You were saying you were gonna find somebody to battle. You didn't do the match weekend. You were gonna just find somebody randomly to battle. I think that's what you said. I'll come up. Okay, let me invite you so you can give us the latest on the battle, and we can share that with people as they come in. My phone's running hot. Hello, Coach Jesse.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so right now, it was only Dr. Trish that was saying she wanted to do um, the battle, and I believe she said she wanted to do it like 7 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock area. But nobody else
It
requested
was
for
it was Nikki. I think Nikki favorite RT. I think she was there in that
for the
chat.
group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well,
That's what I saw
yes,
today.
okay. So that means I'll see if they want to do the three-way, then we can have we will need other people, so it's not too late. So that at least I can schedule and know who's who, and then you guys can have some time to, put out flyers. And of course, is we last week. It's like now you guys are able to do your own one-on-one, like the rose battles that are going on, to celebrate different milestones. So those are being coordinated, by the individuals. And of course, if you're able to partner with someone who's looking for that, you can certainly do so. So that's not something that I'm scheduling anymore. So surely you can, just put it out there to see who responds, who's available. Um, and then for the group ones, yes, we can do some tonight. What I will say is, I can schedule them and, so that everybody knows who's going to be the one that initiated and all of that. However, I won't be here tonight, we have a conference at my church tomorrow for all day. And we have to go there tonight to pray in the place. So they called a meeting for us to come at 6 to 8 tonight. So unfortunately, I won't be on, but I definitely want to schedule that for you all before, maybe like as soon as possible. If you know you want to do a group, whether it's the 3 or the 4. And then next week will be the one for the group. So I will ask if you guys want to be a person to go in the box, because the box is only space for 8 people. So if you want to be one of the people in the box, go ahead and just put it on a message that I have there in school, and just indicate that. Oh, before that. So I think next week we're not going to do the 3 and the 4 because the group one takes a little while. So we'll only do the group. Because we're going to teach it from the process of elimination. So that will take a little while longer because we may have to even pause and talk out some of the things, and people may have questions. So we'll only do the group battle next week. Okay, because that'll be something new that and probably something that people have never seen before. So it might take us a little while. But if you are interested in being one of the people in the box, in the group battle, let me know. Just say, I'm interested in the group battle. Then I'll know that's for next week. Okay. But today, if you want to be tonight in a 3 or 4, go and do that now so I can do that schedule, and then you'll have time to at least do some flyers and get your people to support you, and that'll work just like that.
Okay, so if I read the comments correctly, Coach Rhonda and Dr. Trish and Favorite RT, that may be a 3-way. Coach Rhonda says she's open to just doing a 3-way battle instead of trying to find someone to do a one-on-one. So you have 3 if they can all coordinate their time. I think if I recall, Favorite RT Nikki, she said 9 p.m. Eastern worked for her. I think that's what I understood, but we can confirm the time. Well, you guys can confirm the time to see, but I believe 9 p.m. Eastern is what she put. And then Dr. Trish, she was trying to do a little earlier, but I think if we could coordinate 9, that could work.
We definitely do earlier because again, I won't be on anyway, so if we can do it earlier. So if you trying to do like the 7 o'clock, I don't know if it's 8 o'clock Eastern, which would be 7 o'clock Central.
Okay. Hold on one second. Natty said first. Okay, Coach Rhonda saying Natty put her head in first. You guys want to do a 4-way? Do a 4-way.
Yeah, we do 4-way. Just so let me so we got with Dr. Trish, Coach Rhonda, Natty Nat, and who else?
Favorite RT, Nikki.
Okay, so we'll have one battle tonight, the 4-way.
Hey. And if there's others who want to do a 3, okay. So I know Kim, you was looking to do a battle at one point. Any new people want to do a battle? Maybe this is a time to kind of coordinate it real quick.
Yeah. Let me
So Kim said tonight if possible. She's open to it. Anybody else? I think if we did a 4-way, if we honor what I saw Favorite RT Nikki put in the chat, I think she said 9 for her, after 9.
Okay, so she's Eastern, so
I think that's what I understood.
Okay. Alright, so let me do the 3-way is Dr. Trish. I'm sorry, 4-way. We got Dr. Trish. Coach Rhonda. Nikki,
Mm-hmm.
and let me see. Who's the was it Kim for the four-way?
Four-way was Rhonda, Trish, Natty Nat, and Nikki.
Okay. Trish, Rhonda, and then
And then Kim says she's open, but she would need a partner. We have to figure out who to pair her with. Kim, you might want to do the randoms. But go ahead. Well, if you find two more people, maybe you could do a three-way. Anybody else want to battle?
Maybe, and definitely while we get one person that already did it, so that they'll be more familiar, since we have to initiate it, since I won't be on. So if I can get like right now, Trish, I know she's done it a couple of times. So if we're gonna have a three-way with two new people, then if she can be the one that be the third person.
Okay.
So that she can initiate it.
Okay.
Dr. Have anybody else that want to try it too? Well, we have Kim, and we need one more person, and I'll put Dr. Trish there. Okay with that.
Anybody else? I think Janine, she's asking a question about the benefits of battle. So battling is something TikTok encourages because people, for it's several reasons, but the main reason is the monetization piece element to this. Because people who battle, when you do these competitions, it's a 5-minute competition, you're competing for points, whoever gets the most points. As you have a room of engagers and people supporting you, you would have people are gifting at the highest point that they gift at any given time. There's strategy behind it. You get power ups, you get more points. People are engaging and having it's building community. So that's the other reason too. It builds community. It helps to give you more exposure because you have another host you're competing against, and then their room will come support you. Your room can support them. So it helps to build your followers, give you exposure, build community within your community because you guys are strategizing together and celebrating and coming together for the events, and then obviously the monetization piece too. So you get points turn into diamonds, turn into rewards. So people battle. Some people battle quite frequently. We talk about it as a strategy for monetization for community. It's up to you if you want to participate in it. But it's something you also want to talk to your community about, supporting you. Some people, when you're building your community, some people will do it as fun. Some communities say, no, it's not this time, maybe another time. So just kind of make sure you're talking to your community about it. And if you make it part of something you do on occasion, maybe monthly or every, you could do even weekly if you want to. But it just becomes another way to build community. Okay. What do you talk about during the battle? During the battle, oh, okay. So you know what, Kim? Let's do this. You could do a two on two, so you just have a chance to learn about battling. It could be anything. It could be a conversation with the other person. Coach Jesse had a whole counseling session with Beetlejuice. And it was hilarious because it was like are we on this weird first date? I don't know what we're viewing right now.
Beetlejuice was not present. He's still probably not present.
But it was fun.
We were doing a whole TikTok shop and everything. This was crazy. We ended up being part of his TikTok shop. It was wild.
So some people do mute their opponent. I'm sorry. Some people mute their opponent, and the opponent mutes them back. Some people unmute sometimes and listen to see what's being said, so they can hear the strategy. And then so it just depends on how you want to do it. If you want it to be a conversation with the opponent, you could. But a lot of people are talking and coaching their community. Hey guys, go ahead, 2 times the gift, that type of stuff.
Who said he messages her all the time?
Who said that?
That you are his friend, Beetlejuice. Remember he was like, yeah, I think the Grace was in here. I'm like, she's not with you. She said he messages her all the time.
Oh wow. Well, really quickly, Natty Nat says she can't do it. She has something that popped up, so she can't do it now. Kim, do you want to step in for Natty Nat? So maybe do it at 9. And we'll do a
The
4-way.
four-way. So we'll only have a four-way then.
And then Carlene said, do you have to have a set followers to take part? No, I'm gonna talk about that in a second. No, not necessarily. You should, um, but there are people who don't, and they just battle randomly, and people come in the room and support. So that is something that people do. But you really should have followers or community so that they know what to expect, and you promote it and make sure people understand that you're doing a special event or a special battle. So that's the proper way to do it. Now, there are people who just turn on the battle feature and just take co-hosts and just keep battling. So I've seen that too. He said, no, stop. What happened? What happened? Dr. Trish, can you talk about disclosure form where it's located to complete? Yes, give me a second though. Let's close out the battle conversation. 1 second, cultural designs. Give me a second. So
Okay, so just to confirm, we're only having one four-way tonight, and that's going to be Dr. Trish, Coach Rhonda, Nikki, and Kim.
yes,
Okay, that's
I
all
think that was it.
okay.
Nikki, Rhonda, Trish, and Kim.
And Kim, so that's only one four-way, and then also, guys, put in the responses pool if you want to be a part of the group battle next week, so that at least we can have it the box filled up quicker, so that at least we can get some people in the room. Because one of the things about the group battle, it is a process of elimination, and that goes according to coins and who it's like. Think about musical chairs when we talk about the group battle. Think about the musical chair, like when the music stops and whoever don't have a seat is out. So with the group battle, it's when the music stops, it's a 2-minute thing. So once it stops, whoever has the lowest points has to go down what they call the slide. But so that's how that goes, and we'll talk through it. But that's how it goes. So if you have time with your community to meet here, then they can help support you so that you can be the last person standing. So yeah, so just try to put it in there early as possible. And 8 slots is available.
Let me Coach Dr. Trish, you wanted to come up. I saw Coach Rhonda's question. So she said, what time? And we are turning 18 and over off, right? Yes. You're going to turn off the audience control. So make sure when you start your live that you didn't set an event that automatically had it toggled on. Turn it off and make sure that it's turned off. Okay? So
if you're doing a live event, make sure you look and turn it off because it automatically goes to that. So if you're setting up a live event, make sure you toggle it off.
Yeah, you got to toggle it off. And then also make sure you stay in the live at least 25 minutes after. For a total of 25 minutes or more. So that way you get full benefits. And then ideally you are, hopefully, as you do this 4-way, that you have at least 5 new followers. So take a look at your follower count too. So once you're in the battle and you guys are doing a conversation, if there are people who are new to your room or new in other people's room, maybe they can come over and follow. So each person has 5 new followers. So that's another way that you can make sure you maximize the earnings from the battle. Okay. Dr. Trish, did you want to come up? I saw where you had a question too. Let me know if you still want to come up. I want to make sure we got everything squared away. So tonight's battle is a 4-way. She said yes. I'm going to add her real quick.
Okay. I think it got filtered. I was saying I have a hammer for Coach Rhonda.
Yeah, Coach Rhonda mentioned that. So you want to you want to hit on the head? Well, okay, if it was a glove, I would be like, okay, glove. You want to use your glove, but hammer. is just hitting somebody in the head. I'm just saying, it ain't no extra points.
You're just watching them get banged. Like, well, I got it. With more quick tip. I got it for Coach Rhonda. If she wants me to use it, I want to honor that.
Right.
Whoever she's battling, I'll hit them over the head with a hammer.
Well, okay, Coach Rhonda, do you want to do a random? I mean, I don't know if you want to do a random before that. Maybe y'all can coordinate a random, and then the random person can get hit in the head. She says she has something else also. Does she? She has more than one thing. You have more than one thing for Coach Rhonda?
Me?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. No.
That's just the hammer? Okay.
So if she want to do the because you guys can do that first before the group battle. Okay. So if y'all want to do a random 101, then you can figure that out to do it right before. So what time we want to schedule this? The group one, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Like I said, I think I saw in school where Nikki says she's available at 9.
We could do it at 9. That's fine. It's not 11 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay, 9 Eastern, correct?
Yes. I'm assuming Eastern, yeah.
All right, now if it's 9 Eastern, maybe I'll be able to show up because it's 8. The thing that they're doing tonight it says 6 to 8. So
okay. That's Central Time, so 9 is 8 ends for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I might not have to be there the whole time. I don't know. So we'll see. But okay, so 9 Eastern for the four-way. Four-way is Dr. Trish, Coach Rhonda, Kim.
Yeah, that's what I got. Dr. Trish, Coach Rhonda, Kim Love Jones, and favorite RT Nikki.
Okay, and that's that. And then Dr. Trish, you can be the initiator, since you've done it before, so you can kind of, guide them. Well, you and Nikki have done it, so you guys will be more familiar with navigating with Rhonda. So it's gonna be me, RT Nikki, Coach Rhonda, and Kim. Yes. Okay. So the four-way. And if you want to do Coach Rhonda want to do a 101 with a random person, then you can use a hammer on them. Watch the party. It might be mad. I don't know.
I love it.
I just wanted to honor getting the hammer for her if she wanted me to. If she wanted, I said she want to do a random 101.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then y'all can work that out.
Exactly. He said, I want to hit him with a hammer.
I'm enjoying these battles.
They are fun. They are super fun.
It definitely does something to the people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know how many hammer is it. It keeps going like that. Like that. It just keeps hitting them in the head, like literally. That is hilarious.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's.
Yeah. Once I'm done, then if you want to do the flyers for them, Dr. Trish, then that's fine. Okay.
All right.
It'll be in your room. You're the initiator. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, everybody. All right, friends. Okay. All hearts, mind clear. We good? We good? We battling? Oh, it should be fun. So people who have not done, like Janine, cultural designs, anybody who's new to this, Sweetie Pie, I think you said you did it before, but anybody who's new, come to the battle tonight so you can see it and then, just experience it. And it is something we teach it. Thank you so much for joining. We teach it because we want to make sure you guys are not shying away from it, that you add it here and there. Depends on how you want to do it. It's not something you have to do all the time, but it is a fun way to add to your community. Thank you so much for the Daily Heart. We appreciate your notes and music. Um, and so just think about it from that way. It's not something you should be afraid of. It's not something, thank you for the roses. It's not something you should shy away from. So just know it's a fun way to build your community. The way we're doing it. The way we're doing it as a community, we are trying to make it very approachable and easy and fun for you, okay? He said I will try to attend. Yes. And then and so that's what we're doing. We're not trying to make it highly competitive because if you go out in these TikTok streets, it is a thing and it can be very competitive. Okay. But we don't do that. That is not how we approach it. And as time goes on, I know as an agency, I am supposed to be coordinating a little bit more of what they call showdowns. That's the term they use inside the hello Sarah. They use that inside the platform for agencies to create these showdowns. So I am supposed to create a showdown. I'll keep you posted because I'm meeting with my point of contact next week. So I may have a showdown that I have to create soon after that. Because I think there's a showdown period that's going to happen the following week, like the 19th of September. So I got to pay attention to that. So we probably will have some type of showdown set up too. I'll keep you posted though as I know and learn more about setting that up. And then in the showdown, it can be inner agency, it can be other agencies. So it becomes a little bit more. What's the showdown? It's a battle. It's something in the platform that I have where I create like a battle. Yeah, it's a battle, but it's a battle that the agency coordinates. So so I'll keep you posted because I do need to do that. I just haven't done it yet. So I need to learn more about it before I actually turn it on. And then obviously we're still learning, and many of us are not um, experienced enough and knowledgeable enough about battling. We don't have a lot of experience. There's a few people who do it quite a bit within the agency. There's a few of y'all who battle daily. They battle all the time. And then there's a few that are like, I ain't never doing that. So that's totally fine. We can have the spectrum, but I just want to make sure you guys at least know. Like I said, I'm a learn room. I'm helping you learn, grow, monetize, think about different ways you can have a good experience on the app. And this is something that TikTok encourages. Um, Content disclosure. This is for cultural designs. Cultural design, what is it? What's it all about? Content disclosure is needed. We know we've had some incidences where TikTok has kind of dinged our community, folks in our community who go live and you're talking about either a sensitive topic or a topic where you're talking about brands or you're showing different brands. You want to turn on your content disclosure. Okay, so you want to turn it on. My friend Trisha T, she was here earlier, but she went live yesterday. She had to end her live because TikTok will give you a restriction, and so TikTok gave her a restriction because, and she's obviously she didn't say anything that was problematic. Only thing I could think of is that she was in her kitchen, and there was a product on her countertop that was in the background. I was like, maybe it picked up the product. I don't know. I don't know. That's the only thing I saw when I came in her live. She's like, Dr. Lisa, TikTok had to restart. And her room was fine after it restarted. I think it had a slight impact, but at the end of the day, it was fine. But I think they saw the product in the background, and that was, I'm gonna say it was foil. I'm not gonna say the brand name, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The brand name of foil was the aluminum foil was sitting on her countertop. So I wonder if that was the trigger. So you just got to be careful about what, and that's what I was saying when you guys do kind of these show and tell and you're showing different things. Her live was going great yesterday too. Yeah, it was. It was. From what I saw, it picked up a little bit, it had the highs, it had ups and downs. I need to talk to her about that, but it had the ups and downs. But what I saw, very sensitive. Yes, yes. That's the only thing I could think of. I was like, maybe they saw because she was moving, and at one point it wasn't shown. But it's kind of like, what if I show my whole plant and it's in the background, and then I don't show it? It was like that, and I was like, ooh, they probably saw that product on the counter, and so that might have been it. But you can't say a brand without the content disclosure on. You shouldn't say names. You want to be careful about that. You want to be Kim. I would say you should always have yours on because your topic is again not that it's not that you're saying anything that's um, it can go up and down. Your topic can be sensitive at times, you know, in terms of what you're sharing. She's a relationship advice person, a relationship advice coach, as a person. And so just knowing that your topic can kind of have ebbs and flows in terms of what you're sharing, I would say always turn it on. I don't know if you have yours on. I think you do, but let me know if you don't. So yeah, yes, I need a complete. I need to complete. Wanted to go live while at women's conference vendor event tonight and tomorrow. Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. Okay. Um, so here's where I did a video, and in school there is also I think I posted it in school first also. So if you look at the thread, you might have to scroll down a little bit, but there's a thread where I posted the content disclosure and audience control, and then I shared it in our group chat, so I can share it again for folks. But essentially, cultural designs. Um, are you going to be like? Are you walking around the conference, or do you have a booth? Let me know if you want to come up and chat. I'm happy to kind of have a conversation about it if you want. Turn on my timer. Let me know if you want to come up and chat. You're gonna hit the guest button. Okay. What money that's sensitive topic should I turn mine on? Uh yeah. Possibly with your budgeting money conversation. You haven't had it turned on? I'm assuming you haven't, Janine. I'm assuming that you haven't had it turned on and you're like, should you turn it on? I think you probably should, only as you start talking about your services and how you'll support people. I think that would warrant turning it on. And there was something you said yesterday that I was like, ooh, I wonder if she should have turned it on. I can't remember. I think you were talking about credit card and you were talking about the different ways to um, pay off credit cards and stuff like that. You know, conversations like that where you're giving money advice, I would say, yeah, turn it on. So that's probably where I would say keep it on. How can I find out if it's on? You got to turn it on. I'm going to tell you where it's at. And like I said, I have a video that shows how to get to it also. Booth. Okay, you're a booth. Yes, I can chat. Okay. Yeah, if you have a booth, you can just have your phone set up on a tripod. You're talking to your audience. I would have it facing you and not the room broadly, but facing you. I would have my content disclosure on. I would be careful about my positioning so that maybe it's not showing like a brand name or a sign or anything, but it's like showing you and you're talking to people. You're like, hey, we're here at the booth, but we're here at the women's conference, and you're just kind of talking to your audience that way. So that's the way I would do it. Um, Honestly, having it on for lives just protects your live. Yes, it does. Also, if I mention big bank name, yes, 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 you got to have it on, friend. Yep, yep. I think you did. Maybe that's what piqued my interest. Maybe you said something. So yeah. Okay. So let's do this. Here's where it's at. So Cultural Designs, you're welcome to come up. Hit the invite button, the guest invite button, if you want to chat a little bit more about this. But here's where it's at. Does it lower your views? It is supposedly having a message to viewers that your content is branding or promoting your business or services, something like that. That's what it's supposed to do. And people, where's the button? You pressed my service, my service plus button. I saw it come across the screen. It's like, oh, so yeah, you press the right button now. Let me finish my I'll pull you up in 1 second, friend. Um, it is supposed to tell people that this is branded content and you are promoting your brand, your service, your products because you turn on the content disclosure. So they should have a message. I don't know where it lies. I think it's like before you tap in, you see the person's title. I think it may say it there. Or when they come in alive, maybe it has it in that little message about me. Maybe it's there. I didn't turn on my content disclosure. So I don't know if you guys didn't see it from me. But just know it's supposed to kind of notify the viewer that your content comes with kind of this disclaimer about what you're doing. Okay. Does it lower views? I don't think it necessarily lowers views. I mean, I don't know if people are necessarily aware of it. Now, the audience control does have an impact to your views because then says anyone 18 years and older should be attending my live. and is eligible to see my live. So then obviously it takes away anyone under 18. So your views are impacted that way in terms of who is eligible to see your live. You know, you get fewer co-host requests because again, you have that audience control toggled on, and people who request you have to have theirs turned on. So just know that that changes things too for you. Um, I would say if you have a sensitive topic like coaching and support that you're offering, health, education, turn on your audience control and your content disclosure. Okay. Um, Cultural Designs, I'm going to accept your friend request. Hello, friends. How are you? Hello, how are you? You there?
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I sure can. Okay, you got a couple questions for me? Hello? I can't hear you now. Are you there?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, I don't know if you can hear me. Cultural Designs, can you hear me? Okay. Am I frozen? It's frozen. Let me know if I'm still frozen, friends. I I heard you when you were talking. It's frozen. It's frozen. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Cultural Designs. I'm gonna bring you down, friend. Okay. Am I frozen still? Hello, can y'all see me? Let me know if I'm still frozen. I'm gonna resend the invite. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see me. Okay. Am I still frozen? Anybody? Am I still frozen? She's frozen. Am I frozen? Let's see. Still frozen. Interesting. It says have a good. I think her phone was overheating. It's me? Oh, thought I was the only me. Yeah, she's frozen. Boo! Nobody can see me. Nobody. I'm frozen for everybody. Am I frozen for everybody? Frozen. Won't reset when I close the app. What in the world? Am I frozen for everybody? TikTok. Same. Interesting. Something's wrong on her side. On my side, I see y'all comments. Crazy. It's frozen while I'm getting useful nuggets. What in the world? TikTok. TikTok. Oh my gosh. Is this because I was talking about the content disclosure? Really? I can see all y'all comments. Yep, frozen. I see all y'all comments. Okay. I will restart. Hi everybody. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I have to go now. Okay, thank you so much. All right. I'm gonna restart the live. Let's see, TikTok. TikTok, you were being very, very messy. Let's see. Hello, friend. How are you? Hey, Nika Grace. How you doing, friend? I'm here. Welcome back. I don't know what TikTok. TikTok. Okay, so TikTok was like, you do have your content disclosure on. I realized I did have it on because I'm my board. So maybe TikTok was like, you're gonna be sitting here telling these stories. We're gonna freeze you out. I just realized it because I was like, well, let me cut it on for the live, and it was already cut on, so it was turned on. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna set up my tapper. Um, so I'll make sure I say that when I come back. You didn't fully end the live, huh? Because your goal is still there. I it automatically it stays there if you didn't finish it. You got to reset it in most cases. But I restarted the same live event, so it could have been that. Yeah, it could have been that. Um, so let me share my live and say I'm live again. Yeah, so all right. So hopefully it starts working right. Um, and I'm only gonna stay on. I'll probably stay on right at 30 minutes just so I can satisfy the restart of this live. But all right, friends, I see you all. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming into the live. I appreciate you all. I was sharing that I'm probably staying live for another 30 minutes just so that I can make sure I satisfy the restart. Hello again. Hello. Hello. Cultural Designs. I wonder if she came back. She might not have. Not yet. Okay. So yeah. And I'll send her how to do the content disclosure. Hello, Coach Rhonda. Hello, C West. How are you? Um, so really quickly, I did actually have the content disclosure on because they make you cut it on when you have a board. That is a requirement for your board. It's a branded message. So you are turned on the content disclosure. So Janine, she was in here earlier. She did probably have her content disclosure on because it's automatically cut on. When I went to go change, when I restarted this live, I was like, well, let me cut on the content disclosure. It was on already because I have the board. Okay, so I want to say that much so you guys know that that's part of the board requirement. That when you have boards turned on, your content disclosure is turned on. So turn on your content disclosure. That's super loud. Thank you so much, friend. Thank you for the donut. Yeah, so definitely turn on your content disclosure if you don't have a board, but if you have a board, it's going to get cut on. It's part of the requirements. All right. And then content disclosure is located in two different places. When you are ready to go live, if you click settings, under settings, you can scroll down and see the content disclosure. If you are in your live, you click more, the three dots in the right corner, you scroll down, you can click the content disclosure. Okay? Hello, Mama Leanne. How are you, friend? So yes, in both of those two places. So Janine, I saw you come in, friend. Thank you so much for the daily heart mate. Janine, really quickly, if you have a board, your content disclosure is automatically turned on. So your content disclosure, because you're using boards for your live stream, is turned on out already. At work, lady. Appreciate you, friend. um, so yeah, your content disclosure is turned on when you're using a board. Okay? I think I should have it on also. Yes, you should, Coach Rhonda. Yeah, I think you would. I think I would if I were you. Yeah. Nice, thanks. Yep. So that automatically cuts on. But just to be on the safe side, if you are ever live and you're like, "Ooh, should I cut it on?" If you are already started your live, if you click the three dots where it has more, scroll all the way down, click content disclosure, you'll see if it's on or not. I'm totally new, not sure how it all works. It seems like a lot. Wow. Divine Whispers, it is a thing. It is, you get used to it. You get used to it. Be blessed. Thank you so much, Mama Leanne. Thank you for the donuts. Um, you get used to it. I don't want you to get intimidated by this. Okay. Now, is it like the YT YouTube? No. Matter of fact, I think the YT can learn some stuff from TikTok because they're too basic. It's too basic over there, and on top of that, you don't see who's in a room. You don't see interaction. You don't get as much interaction. So it is a different streaming platform. So I would say here you get used to it. It's a little busy. Don't get me wrong, but there are a lot of great features you can turn on and turn off to kind of support marketing your services, your business, and reaching your desired audience. You said, this is crazy. What happened? Kim, what happened? Am I still frozen? Let me know. Am I still frozen? Is it me, y'all? Am I frozen? Let me know. Did she freeze again or is it me? On and off. Interesting. Freezing. No, but you were. You just came back. You said I just came back. And my Wi-Fi is good today. And TikTok say I got a good connection. Interesting. Had a call. Hey, how you doing? The short stuff. Dr. Lee, reboot your phone. I will after this. Thank you for sharing that. I will. Frozen. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, they say I'm freezing a lot today. Hmm. I think it's TikTok because I'm not freezing on my Wi-Fi for my tablet. Yeah, I can see if my Wi-Fi was, and then I got all bars for my tablet. TikTok is being TikTok. I know it is. It's yeah. Cause I'm like, I got that I did freeze because I clicked a message that came in. That was me. But the other time is TikTok. TikTok, you doing too much. So yeah, I have my full Wi-Fi bars. It says my connection is strong. Um, so yeah. So hello, Lisa. How are you? So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. So hopefully I'm not still freezing. Am I still freezing? Content disclosure. Turn your content disclosure on board. You automatically get it cut on. It is located when you click more. You can check to see if you have it turned on. Scroll down, turn it on. So Trisha T, we were talking about it. Did I answer the question if it costs to join an agency? It is free. It's a setup question. Free. It's not a cost. What happens is that TikTok pays you as an age as a creator that's going live. You get rewards and diamonds. TikTok takes a percentage of it, and then that percentage TikTok pays the agency. So TikTok pays you, TikTok pays the agency. So that's how it works. So essentially, you can earn up to 53%. Thank you for you, beautiful goddess. You're welcome. Dr. Lisa, I have a question. Can we do our lives on the train or a bus? Oh, you're 97 away for 7K. Look at you, friend. Awesome, awesome. Okay, train a bus, train a bus, train a bus. You know, I would not point the camera towards anybody but myself. I would have the camera talking to my audience, having a conversation. I would avoid having people in the screen too much because you don't know what people have on in terms of their attire. TikTok can be funny in that way. You don't know what they're drinking or smoking or doing. So I would just avoid it if I could for the most part. Yes, that one. Yeah, yeah. So if you're showing yourself and you're talking to your audience, for the most part, you should be okay. Turn on your content disclosure. Turn on your audience control because again, you don't know what people are doing. But I would definitely have those two things toggled on and make sure the camera was mainly on me. Yeah. Be careful. Put a background on so it can't tell you're moving. Ooh, you're thinking the movement might be a problem. Interesting. That's fair. Yeah. I forgot about that. Driving and stuff. Yeah, that's true. Especially if you're by a window. Like if you were like in the back of the bus and you don't know you're moving, You know what I'm saying? Like in the back of the bus where there's not a window, that could work potentially. But to short stuff point, you got to be careful about the movement. Yeah, yeah. So that's the way I would do it. But for the most part, I would probably avoid it in most cases because the movement could shut your life down. Yeah, driving and movement like that, it could have a problem. And then, like I said, the people on the screen. So just be careful. Thank you all, Dr. Lisa. Do I need to turn on my audience control as well? No, I don't think that's a problem. I don't think what you're cooking is fine. Yeah. You're doing cooking videos, you're fine. It's just the audience, I mean, the content disclosure. I was saying earlier, I don't think you were in the live. When I jumped on your live, the only thing I could think that got you in trouble is that you had the foil on the counter. And it was a brand name. It was brand name foil. And so when you moved, you saw it. So that's the only thing I can say could have been a problem. When you were not covering, not showing your back counter. Oh yeah. I think that was the problem. So content disclosure on all the time, just to make sure you're safeguarding yourself based on what you're sharing, based on what's being on the screen. I would turn it on all the time. Um, did I say where to find a content disclosure? Lower corner, while you're in your live, the more with the three dots, scroll all the way down is content disclosure. Before you go live, in the settings, on the screen where you're doing the settings, click settings. That's where you can find it. Somebody's comment got filtered. I had veggies on the counter and I had to turn it on. Really? The veggies were in a packaging, brand name. Those brand names can't be seen. Yeah, they can. I think the AI is picking it up. I just came in. How do you add content disclosure? How you doing, Cassandra? Hello, friend. Yes, yes. So yeah, the brands they're that AI, this computer is eagle eye on what's on that screen. That's why I said when you're moving around in your different places, you never know what can get picked up. So I would say be careful if you're doing something in your life that requires, you to be in a space that's not your normal office or physical space that you normally use. Just be careful what's in the background and what people are doing. So, content disclosure, two different places. Here's where it's at. Before you start your live and you're putting your title of your live, you're doing all that stuff where maybe you're putting your filters and stuff, click the settings. Click settings, scroll all the way down, toggle on content disclosure. Under settings, halfway down is audience control. You could toggle that on. Content disclosure, you actually have to click the arrow, and then it takes you to the content disclosure where you toggle it on and then you checkbox your brand. Not other people's brand, but your brand. The other people's brand, if you're doing a shoppable live, that's why that's turned on, because you're promoting other people's products. But for your live, your topic, your content, what you're doing, put on your own brand. Okay, and then once you're in your live, it's under the three dots in the right corner. It's under the three dots with the right corner. Click that on and then scroll down and content disclosure is there. Okay? Audience control can't be turned on while you're in your live, during your live. It can be turned on before your live, but not during your live. It also can be turned on in your event, live event that you're scheduling. You can have the audience control automatically turned on. Okay. So I was going to do a live tutorial on using an online site. Is that okay with content disclosure? Online site like a Canva site or some other website? What do you mean? Turning your content disclosure, be careful that you don't have anything where you're like showing where you're taking people off the app. Yeah, something like that. So Canva should be fine if you're showing like a demonstration on how to create a flyer or something like that. But if you have something that looks as if you're trying to promote and sell your product online, be careful. You can do a demonstration of where people will go to, but don't go anywhere where it shows like the payment screen or the submit screen, anything like that. Could be problematic. He said, I'm back. Cultural designs, content disclosure. I've been talking about it for the last 20 minutes, but here's what I will say in a quick wrap up. content disclosure. Before you go live, when you're setting up your screen, you're putting your title of your live, maybe you're putting your live goal, there's a settings wheel. Click the settings option. Scroll all the way down. That's where the that's where you will put um, click the arrow to turn on the content disclosure. So you click the arrow, then you toggle it on, and then you click on own brand. Okay. That same screen, before you get to it, you would go scroll down under settings, and you could turn on your audience control too, if your content requires audience control. How do I buy? How to buy glasses online? That's what you're talking about? How to buy glasses online? Or are you asking me? you know, I think you are talking about how to buy glasses online. Don't go to the payment screen. That's what I would tell you. Don't show the payment screen. Show maybe the glasses, maybe the different formats and frames and stuff, but don't go to the second screen or the sales screen. Um, Come in and learn and support. Gotta head out to prep for my live. All right. See you, Wes. Appreciate your brand. Okay, thanks. You're welcome. Be right back. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I would be careful about showing the payment screen, that type of stuff, because TikTok's funny about sending people off the app. So just show them the product, the materials, that type of stuff. Turn on the audience control. If you are in the live, did I say this? While you're in the live, click the more buttons with the three dots. Cultural designs, I don't know if you heard me when I said that. Before you go live, setting screen. When you go live, more button with the three dots. Scroll down, content disclosures there. Okay? So those are the two places you can turn it on before you go live and then during your live. Audience control, you can't do it while you're in your live. You got to do it before your live or on your live event. Okay, got it. All right, got it. All right. So everybody clear about content disclosure? We got to cut it on in most cases. I don't think there's too many lives that I've seen that I would not say turn it on. Okay? I think I would say it almost for a majority of the people in the agency, because it's important to have it turned on to make sure that you are safeguarding. Okay? Sammy, thank you for joining. Anybody new in the room that just joined, let me know if you have questions. There is no cost for a Creator Network. I have it there as a question that people might think and ask. So there's no fee, there's no cost. Does audience control stop people from popping up to join? It does minimize that. You're right. It does minimize that, because to have that turned on means that they also have it turned on. Okay? Most people don't, because to battle, in most cases, you got to have it turned off. So most people who are asking to join you are people who also have it turned on, who have it turned on if you have audience control turned on, or in most cases, they have it turned off. Okay? So battling, you really should have it off. Okay? So, and that's what most people are requesting to do when they send those requests. Those requests also, you can go into your settings. You can also turn those off so that people won't just randomly request to battle you and send that invite. So you can turn it off by clicking the co-host button. There's three dots in the top corner. Once you click those three dots, it takes you to a screen where it asks for you to, for your settings. And it said allow invitations from people who aren't your friends when you're live. You could toggle that on. Or toggle it off. Right now it's turned on for me, but I could toggle it off. And so only my friends can send me requests. And it says, and then you also can toggle off not having your friends send you requests. It says allow invites from friends when you're live. So if you don't want anybody to interrupt you, whether it's your friend or some random person, you could toggle those both off. Okay. And you can, and your viewers can suggest creators, and then you can notify you when creators follow our live. So again, those messages that you get, like people say you're live, you can turn that off. So you can turn off notifying creators when you're live. Now, in most cases, you want to keep that on. You want people to see that you're live. How you doing, Barbara? Thank you for joining. I appreciate your follow as well. Yeah, you want to let people know that you're live. So in most cases, you want to keep that one on. Thank you for the daily heart, me. Appreciate it, friend. Um, but let me know. Thanks for the heart. Let me know if there's any other questions about that. But in most cases, when you co-host or when you're going live, you want people to know you're live. So you want to share out your live. How are you? I'm doing well, Barbara. How are you doing? And so you want people to know that you're going live. So you want to let your audience know. You want to let your followers know. You want to share out your live. And then there is a feature. If you click the arrow now, you as viewers can suggest co-host. So you can suggest co-host too. So that's another feature. Send the flyer to everyone battling tonight. See you later tonight. Everyone, thank you so much. I am good. Appreciate you, Barbara. Barbara, if you came in because of the sign, I am a creator network. There is not a cost to have a creator network agency. TikTok pays you and TikTok pays the agency. So that's how it works. As you go live, you get up to 53% of your diamonds. I tell people it's usually somewhere around 49%. But you get diamonds, TikTok takes their percentage, and then with their percentage, they pay the agency. So that's how it works. Okay? So you should never be paying a creator network for their services to help you go live. Okay. Um, any last minute questions? I did have to restart my live. I don't know what was going on, and hopefully the freezing has stopped. Like I said, TikTok said my connection was good. I wasn't seeing the glitching on my end. I saw all y'all comments. What do the agency do? How you doing, Canva Emperor? Thank you so much for being here. Hello, Vibrant Bonus Woman. A group battle for next week is posted. Is about to go up now. Thank you so much, Coach Jessie. General Jessie. She is our battle general. I love it. Appreciate your friend. Thank you. What is the name of the agency? Okay, so what does the agency do? What's the name of the agency? The agency is Launch Your Income Agency. Agency supports people, creators that are going live. So I'm a live stream agency. I'm not a TikTok shop agency. I do live stream only. You said it's going up where? It's going in school. School, SKOOL. So it's on the school platform. I did post something about the wellness panel. Did you see it? I did not. Is this a new agency? I am a newer agency. We are celebrating. I don't have my glitter going, but we're celebrating 1 month. So we just cleared. I got approved by TikTok late July, and we got up and running. We did a soft launch on July 31st, and we got up and running throughout the month of July. We kicked it off, and as I sit here right now, we have officially 95 people in the agency. Now, you want an agency, thank you so much, friend. So you want an agency to grow, you want people to come in, because not everybody's going to go live. Okay, I still posted on school. Okay, perfect. I'll take a look at it, friend. Wow, good for you. You said good for you. Thank you for that. So here's what I tell people. So the agency, what I do is I provide support, the best agency ever. Thank you so much. Look at y'all. Y'all so sweet. I provide support to people who are going live, and I do it in a couple different ways, and this is the best community ever because people are supporting each other. So it is beautiful how support is just, spreading like wildfire. So we are doing it. Okay. So we have a weekly meeting we do on on Zoom. We do have a school platform. We have a WhatsApp platform. I have group chats here on TikTok. I share with people who are going live. We also go live. I go live twice a day. So I come here answering questions. I'm helping new creators. So I do my weekly meeting on Sundays. I do a Wednesday meeting for new creators as well on Zoom. I am offering guidance and support, and that's what Creator Network should do. Offer training, coaching strategy or hosting strategy, monetization strategies, helping you understand how to engage in some of TikTok's challenges and other incentives that they have out there, as well as advocacy for if your account is in violation or if it's banned. Okay, so I can submit an inquiry on your behalf, and I had to do it once, and so far I got a record of one. One and approved because TikTok approved that person to go back to going live. less than 24 hours. So it's been a good experience so far. So it's working. It's working. I don't say going live is easy. It gets easier over time. I give you tips and strategies on how to improve your live stream, how to connect with your audience. And then ultimately, the algorithm has to get to know, like, and trust you. Your viewers got to get to know, like, and trust you. And ultimately, you'll see where your room will start picking up. And your room will get to what we call rooming. Then you got to kind of go through the process of, okay, how do you get people to continue to engage? How do you get people to ask questions? How do you make sure that you're also adding value and supporting the new people coming in the room? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, transforming elite gal. Thank you so much. And so just recognizing it's a process, and with each phase of this you get better, you get more proficient in your messaging. I have a new strategy. Do you care? What's your new strategy? You mind sharing, or you like, let me play this out first? But Kim is doing well. Her room is starting to do really well. Thank you. Oh, black lady, how you doing, friend? You done came back. And you followed the live host. Thank you so much, friend. Your name is, it tickles me. But hello, friend. Hello for being here. Okay, you said I will share. Kim, you want to come up? I mean, we don't have a big room, but you're more than welcome to come up. And so what's happening is that we have become what Dr. Trish called a movement. We are a movement. We are moving, we are growing, we are supporting each other. It's been a great experience. So the agency, it just becomes this place where you guys can get information, support, and then we share it out. We share who's going live. You can share your content, and other people are supporting them too. You said I will come up. You're welcome. Hello, Doc. How are you, friend? Thank you so much. If you want to join the agency, it is free. You're just going to click the link in the corner. I sent an invite, Kim. You're just going to click the link in the corner. Hello, friends. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I hope I don't freeze because I think it was my phone off the whole time.
You think so?
What?
I don't know.
Hi, Dr. Ria. I see you. I see you come in. I was about to say hello and welcome everybody. But I mean, hello everybody. So it just hit me when you were talking, Dr. Lisa. You know how I talked about the you know how I talked about the room, when the room does, when you bring up the high giver,
You said when you bring up the what?
the people that were giving the most, when you bring up the people who gave the most at the end of the
You're
live,
saying that on your
like you
panel.
spend
Mm-hmm.
time with people who literally, yes, you bring them up on the panel. So it's that, and it is sticking to the one thing. I know I talk about relationships, but I talk about a variety of things within the relationship. And for me specifically, I'm always thinking about how I can hone my craft. How do I get better at being a live host, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do I get better? So it hit me when you were talking that the strategy is to keep speaking to one thing and then allowing them to sign up, right, to become a part of my coaching program.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Where, because I've been doing this for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not new to this, I'm true to this, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
TikTok is new to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about that, and my strategy is what I see everybody doing, including yourself, is you talk about the same thing. You're talking to people who need to go live, and you don't really, you answer the questions when people come in, which is what people do with me all the time, right?
Uh-huh.
And so don't keep going, talking about all the different things, but you said no, like, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I promise you've been saying this since I've been following you, and I listen to you every day that I can get on here.
And the light bulb just went
it
off.
hit
It
me
was like,
and it just went off. I'm a little slow, Dr. Lisa. Pray for me. That's all I can tell you, sweetheart. Right? So I get it. That hone my craft, stay in my area, and people will come because most of us have all the same issues. Whatever your you know, hurt is, right?
Right.
All we want to do is heal and feel better. So for me to jump from subject to subject to subject to subject, even though I'm a coach and I deal with all of that, is not helpful in terms of rebuilding my business outside of TikTok,
Right.
right?
Right.
Because I have a whole business, right? So, yeah, it just hit me like a ton of bricks. And it's a strategy that when you stick to the thing, just stick to the plan. I don't have to discuss 17 things. Every day I'm talking about, this. No. Dr. Lisa, I'm following you. Right? Because, it's like it just hit me like, okay, how long has it been? 4 months since April? Like, stop it, Kim. You should, But again, it'll
Okay.
take you to a different level. And if your goal and your plan is to grow your audience, if it is to for real bring people into not another platform, but to get them to understand you don't have to be all over the place.
Right. Right. Exactly.
You don't.
Mm-mm.
You don't. And it just now, it's making so much sense to me. And the battle boxes, the battle, is that what they call it? The battle box?
The official name is called Match. But you're saying the battles that you're going to do today is a four-way battle. The battle boxes is a different way of doing it for your room where you have elimination. Something you should actually look at. Yeah, you should do.
I am. I definitely am going to do that so that I can be a blessing to whoever is being a blessing to me.
Exactly.
And it just makes sense that you pour back into the people who pour into you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it just makes sense. And I don't know if everybody knows what the battle box is. I just really learned about it and started to see it. And it is so great for all of the people who are part of your community.
Right.
Yeah, that part.
Okay.
That part.
All right.
And I'm excited.
You're doing some great stuff, friend. And to be honest with you, Kim, you do stay in the scope of your work is talking about relationships, and sometimes that conversation you have a theme or a topic that you want to cover, and it's not given a lot. It's just giving them enough to get them to kind of want more and kind of keep them coming back and learning and supporting you. So just recognizing that's a big piece of what you're trying to do too. So I would say, don't upset the apple cart too much. Like what you're doing makes sense. And TikTok is pushing people in your room. The numbers is reflecting that. So, but you're right about your audience and just kind of creating this other experience for them. Yes, I think that's a good idea with doing the boxes and stuff, and just kind of figure out how you offer those panels. Have you done it yet? Have you done it for them yet? Okay.
I think I'm gonna do it tonight.
Okay.
After I battle.
Okay.
Because whoever is being a blessing.
I love that.
And I'm gonna introduce that to them tonight.
I love that.
So when I do the battle tonight, then I'm gonna let them know the top giver. I'm gonna bring them up so that they can be blessed.
Okay. What time are you going live? 8.
At 8:30.
8:30. Perfect. And then the battle happened at 9.
8:30. It might be 8. Yeah.
Yeah. That'll work.
And then the battle's at 9.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That works.
Okay, great.
All right. Take care, friend. Thank you.
Okay, you can bring me down now.
Okay.
Okay.
You can bring yourself down too. That's another little teaching. Yeah, so I know.
How do I bring myself down, my love?
When you click your box, you should see a screen that pops up disconnect. I shared this before where most hosts have been taught to bring their guests down, but you can actually bring yourself down too. I just wanted to say that out loud so that people knew that could be the case. Okay?
Okay.
But I'm going to let you down.
Okay. Oh, I see it.
All right.
I see it.
Bye. All right. Awesome. Coach Jesse, wait a minute. What you were saying, wait, you wanted to talk to Kim? What did you want to talk about? The battle, box battle stuff? What did you want to say, friend? Let me know. You said wait. I'm assuming you wanted to talk, but but Ryan, you said I should be on. You should be on what? What you mean, Ryan? You want to talk about the box battles? Let me know. She's gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna let you. I'm accepting. Hello, friend.
Oh yes, yeah, I was trying to get up there while Kim was there. Because remember a while back when I had told you that I saw that they were, a couple of people were doing that, and they were bringing like the top three people, and they were like gifting them or be or something like that just to recognize them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know she said one, I think, but you know, um, I have seen that, and honestly, it has been a really great. Um, it's like a really great soft like competitiveness of, but it's not like like but just like showing love to the host. And then I was saying, even for you, that would be awesome as well. Just to, whatever. It don't have to be gifts. It could be whatever, for your supporters and things like that. So I was just gonna just share with her, that is gonna, definitely make a difference because people love to, you know, make it. And I've seen when people like literally, how we do a snipe, at the end, the 30-second snipe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've seen them do that with just, that just like because they want to get a chance to get up in the box. And the other thing that I've seen people do for the people that's in the box, they tell the room if they want to contribute to them, whatever they was gonna give the host, instead of giving it to the host, feel free to give it to those people that's on the side of the box. It is like telling them to like, okay, to just love on these individuals as well as follow them. Kind of like to talk about what they do, so the people in the room can love on them, follow them, and all of that. So yeah, so it's a great. I think it's a really great idea for things that are definitely full of supporters.
Yeah.
But that's what I want to do.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll demonstrate it next week too. So we'll have a couple different ways we can show it to other people that they can bring this to their rooms too.
Okay. Yes. So I'm almost finished with the box bottle because I'm explaining that people need to request quickly so we can have enough time to bring the flyers and have other people come in the room to support them
and promote it. Yeah, gotcha.
And learn.
All right.
Learn too.
All right. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Okay.
All right, girl. Bye bye. Let's see. TikTok. I guess I had the flash go. I don't know if it's gonna work now. TikTok gave me a new flash go. The hearts. But so thank you everybody. Thank you, Coach Jesse. Thank you, Kim Love Jones. Thank you for that. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Let me say. So what I wanted to say. Thank you so much, friends. That thing's loud. What I wanted to say, I wanted to kind of piggyback off what Kim was sharing about your audience and stuff. And so when it comes to your live stream, it is important that you add value. That's a big piece of this. So as you're connecting with your audience, you have a topic you're covering. You may have 2 or 3 different things you want to share with your audience. You don't have to give the whole strategy. Thank you so much. You don't have to give all the information. And let's keep in mind, each person's journey and situation may be different. So your generalized conversation or the things you're sharing in a general way for all may have to take a different turn, and maybe it will be more in-depth and personalized for people who become your clients. Thank you so much, Kim. You're so sweet. So recognize you don't have to give it all. how, and that's why I was telling you, Kim, I don't want you to upset what you're doing, because what you're doing is great, because people are feeling and connecting to you, and people are coming back to get more and more. However, people who really want to get a more personalized, in-depth experience, they're going to come to you too. Now, one thing I think TikTok has done well is how you can potentially leverage the Service Plus. And how do you talk about that? How do you talk about your subscription? How do you talk about things that you offer to your community where they can sign up and get more? Okay? So if you give them enough, they're going to want the other stuff too. And keep this in mind. People sometimes need to come back to you multiple times before they decide to engage. You got people who are watching and listening multiple lives. And then they'll decide, okay, well, you know what? Let me engage. Let me do something. Let me take this leap. Let me ask this question. Let me sign up. I'm ready. So some of that's happening too. Tammy, you said that's what I learned. Break the information down to separate lives before I am sharing way too much. Yeah, that's it. Don't share. Don't overshare. You don't have to overshare. Just have a few things you want to talk about, and then again, that's the adding value. Okay, so when you think about digital marketing, some of the things they teach you is that again, as you are coming live, you are talking about yourself, you're introducing yourself, and then the whole notion of getting people to know, like, and trust you means that you are adding value and you are essentially leading them towards a solution. And your solution may be your digital product, it may be your consultations, it may be your coaching sessions, it may be those solutions, but you are adding value, enough value that they say, okay, you know what? I like what she's offering. I want to get that service. I want to get that from her. I want to get the support I need. You said I definitely overshare. Yeah, sometimes depending on the topic and depending on the information that's being shared, I know I overshare too. My husband said that too, especially in the early stage. He's like, you share a lot. He said I was oversharing too. But I think some of that is the trust building. I think some of that is honoring that people need to get to know you, and then ultimately, as they get to know you, they trust you. And so when you do it in the early stages of this, my first 30 days, I was oversharing. I'll tell you right now, and anybody who was here in January, I didn't talk about any of my solutions. I didn't talk about it. I never told y'all about a digital product. I never told y'all about a coaching session. I didn't even talk about my subscriptions. Now, granted, that was a mistake, a mishap. I should have been talking about subscriptions, but I didn't. I didn't even activate that. So if you were here in January, you got me coming in, me getting to know you, you all getting to know, like, and trust me. And then I started talking about, okay, let me think about this differently. Let me think about how I can add value to people. And so thank you so much, Nika Grace. What ended up happening is that that's how the two sessions began. Because I was like, you know what? In my 4 o'clock is nothing but value added. Nothing but sharing, helping people with the fear of going live, helping them with the mindset stuff, helping them understand how to do this and grow and build your community. And then my 10 o'clock became now your strategy. Now that you're going live, what do you do? How do you do this? How do you said I remember. And that was February on. That didn't happen in January. Didn't exist in January. February on became that moment when I was like, okay, now let's talk about it. Now we're ready. And so the people who were my 4 o'clock, they transitioned to the 10 o'clock. It was like, well, wait a minute, now what do I do? And so just recognizing that's part of it too. So oversharing, I guess I want to just kind of go back to how are you building that trust? And especially in the beginning phases of this, how are you building that trust? I'm not a professional. I have a heart to help caregivers, so I guess I have to do research. Yeah, but again, it's about letting people know how you can support them both here and beyond. So should we ask about solutions? So should we? Oh, I'm sorry. Should we talk about solutions? I apologize. Should we talk about solutions? Um, that's why I said the Surface Plus is a good feature to cut on, to just talk about, okay, if you're interested in getting a one-on-one consultation with me, I offer this. Click my Service Plus. That may be something you do initially, because I know, Janine, you're still trying to build your audience. You're still trying to get people to understand what you offer. So for you, it may be coming live. And again, you're still getting acclimated to the platform. Janine was so cute. She hit the invite button. You know how sometimes you're scrolling and you're looking up in the comments and you accidentally hit the invite button? She invited somebody to co-host and they accepted, y'all. Janine was like, "How did you get on my screen?" She was like, "You invited me." So it was so cute. She's like, "You invited me." Like, what do you mean? Can you talk about Service Plus? Yes, Janine, it was so cute. Like right now, I almost invited somebody. But that happens. That does happen. I was like, "What is going on?" And she did. She looked startled, like, what are you doing?" I was like, "You invited me." Like, what? I accepted your invite. And Janine was like, "How do you get off my screen? What the?" She's like, "I can let myself off. I'm gonna let myself off." Oh Lord, it was so cute. I was like, "Oh, let me help her. Let me help." uh, so really quickly, Service Plus. Here's what Service Plus is all about. And just go back and do your own research. Janine, I meant to send you my screenshot of Service Plus when I what I saw. So I'm gonna send it to you, friend. Um, what did you get? 2 flash goals? Yeah, because I restarted. TikTok was like, "Okay, you got a new flash goal." But it's fine. I'm gonna get off shortly. Thanks so much for your help. You're welcome, friend. You are so welcome. Um, so Service Plus, if you click Service Plus, it offers the opportunity for you to create a service bio, something that talks about who you are and what you do and what services you offer. And it also has the ability for you to create. Oh yes, we need 7 more. If you want to give the what is it, the heart hug? Is that what it is? The heart hug. What's a flash goal? I got that this week. Yes. Tammy, we need to talk. Yes, friend. TikTok has different ways for people to support the live stream, and they'll set these goals for viewers to gift you essentially. And so they usually have 1 cent goals that are there. Sometimes it gets bigger, depending on your room and what's going on, but typically they're the goals, 1 cent goals, and then sometimes it is the heart me, the heart plus. I missed your comment, idea. I gave 2 flash goals yesterday doing the same live, and someone gave me a rose and it didn't register. Interesting. Was it the journey thing is going on too? The fantastic journey. It could have been that particular gift too. Um, so yeah, so definitely. I mean, Tammy, you can turn on the flash goal. It's up to you. I think it's probably something you want to do, especially early on. Thank you, Laura Lynn, for following the live host. Appreciate you, friend. Um, so, is it also true that we should try to reach 10K during our lives? Yes, there's a couple people who said, I haven't really noticed, to be honest with you. I probably should pay attention to that. But there are certain people who say you need to get to 10K. I've heard 100K. I don't know how true that is. 10K by the first 10 minutes. I've heard that. I've heard 100K by the first 30 minutes. Don't know how true and realistic that is. I think that's probably realistic if you have. Think about it this way: if you had 10K seems to work. It does work. Like it does have an impact to your room getting pushed out a little bit more and stuff. I would agree with that. And then I've also seen 100K. Now, if you have, for argument's sake, you know, 20 people in a room and they can push out, you know, 5K each. Is that the right math? 5K each, 10K each, something like that. Then you should be able to get to, maybe my math's off. 100K is 10 people at 10,000 each. Is that right? I think that's the right math. So just making sure that people are tapping your screen, they're engaging. Okay. I know all the information can be confusing. Yeah, it's a lot in the early stages, but you get used to it. You get used to it. And then you start realizing how TikTok works. And then even the 10K thing is probably something I should have dialed into as well. It seems like 2 hours to get to 10K. It takes you 2 hours. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, if you have a room where you have people, oh look at Gotcha. Thank you, Dr. Realm. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate that. Look at you. You said, let me give her a shining air balloon. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it. Love that. Um, that was lovely. So let me go back to Service Plus. Service Plus. When it comes to Service Plus, you have the option to put three frequently asked questions. So, depending on what your questions are, and there's some questions that are already in there that you can kind of adjust to make it make sense for your live stream or for your business. But it could be a question where you're just simply asking people, how to schedule a one-on-one. And then your response to that question will be, visit my webpage on my profile and I have it on mine where it says click and I put the link symbol. I didn't say the word. So that may be a cheat code. Okay. I use the symbol, not the word. So that may be something you can use as a way to kind of skirt around that TikTok doesn't like the word link too much. Okay. um, Let me know. So turn on Service Plus. You could turn it on. You could turn it off. It does become a way for people to engage in your asking questions, and then you can capture that person as a potential lead or someone who's interested in more services because they asked that question, and then your response is something that will show up in their inbox. So you'll have that communication with that person, and then you can go back to your inbox and communicate even further with them and say, I noticed you asked this question, here's some additional information, because it's just a short response that you're going to give in the Service Plus. So you can go back and say, okay, here's some additional information you may need. And where does a Service Plus message go? To their inbox, into your inbox, in the inbox area. So yeah, so that's where you can get information from your prospective client. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. You can go to Service Plus under the Live Center to turn it on and activate it, or under the monetization programs under Tools. So that's in TikTok Studio. Okay. Heart Divine, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody here. I am gonna head off soon. TikTok got me for an additional 52 minutes. I think the first live I had done probably a good 45 or 50 minutes because I think it was almost like, well, close to an hour actually. And then now I'm at another hour. So TikTok got me for 2 hours. But let me know if there's any final questions, friends, and we'll chat. Um, like I said, I'll be back today at 4. I'll be back at 4, and I'm happy to answer questions again later. If you are needing any other questions answered. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. My flash code, my panic TikTok won't let it come off my screen. Um, all right. So make sure you get your points. Thank you so much for the hand hearts. Appreciate you. And if you are interested in the agency link is in the corner here. I will be back at 4. I'll talk a little bit more about the agency and services. You're more than welcome to join if you are a live host and you're going live or you're interested in going live and monetizing through a live stream. Okay. And I'll be back at 4. We'll talk a little bit more. And then we got some folks battling today. So I'm excited. The 9 o'clock hour is going to be popping. Appreciate you, Doc. Thank you so much. The 9 o'clock hour is going to be popping. So we'll have a lot of excitement going on with the 4-way live battle going on. And then Coach Rhonda, I don't know if you're still in the room, but let us know if you are going live as well. Appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys at 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay? Post is up. Okay, perfect. For next week, for the box battles. Perfect. Thank you. You said I'm still here. I will share. Okay, perfect. Let us know if you're going to end up doing that. So we'll keep us posted. All right. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the watchers, the tappers, the sharers, the commenters, the gifters. Appreciate it all. Okay, what about tonight? What about tonight? Tonight at 9 o'clock, we're doing the box battle. Coach Rhonda might do a battle before that because she's going to try to get some power ups. Kim, you might want to consider a battle before that so you can get some power ups, especially with your audience. So, especially if you have your you start your live at 8:30, you might be able to do a quick random battle. Okay, Bello, how are you, friend? And so, yeah, you can do that. Okay. Messages if you don't know what that looks like, but essentially you're just inviting a co-host. See somebody trying to co-host me now. He's reached out to me every time I go live too. Okay, did someone do a flyer for tonight? Yes, Dr. Trish, she did a flyer, so she probably shared it in the group chat. If she didn't, I'll make sure I share it with everybody, with the four of you at least. I'll share it with everybody. All right. All right, friends, take care. Wendy Lou, how are you? Okay, I'm heading out, Wendy Lou, but I appreciate you joining. I will be back at 4 o'clock. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys at 4 o'clock Eastern. Hey, Wendy Lou. All right, take care, friends. Bye bye. Okay, see you then. All right, thanks a lot. Bye bye. All right, my friends on the YT, how you doing? It's four of y'all here. Thank you for liking. I didn't get a comment. The idea barista used to in the room. Appreciate you. You were live. I saw you live on your screen. You are still live. Hello, I see you still live. So thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Everybody else, thank you so much. I'm about to jump off, but I appreciate everybody here. I will be back. I'm still live. I see you. I'm going to jump over to your live. All right, friend. Thanks a lot. I'll see you later. Bye bye.